I'm going to solve this problem using synthetic division. Remember, when you go to use synthetic division, you need to first make sure you can use synthetic division. So you need to look right here in the denominator. You need to make sure that you are dividing just by a linear binomial, meaning it's an x or a y with an exponent of 1, and you're adding or subtracting a number. You need to also make sure that you do not have a constant in front of the x. So it's just a plain old x with another number attached to it, plus 3 or a minus 7. Then you know you can use synthetic division. The second thing you need to make sure you set up before you actually go to use synthetic division is to make sure every degree in the numerator is accounted for. And you can see that I was missing a degree of 2. It went from 3x cubed to plus x minus 4. I was missing a squared term. I need to incorporate that into my numerator. So I know I can use synthetic division. I have my numerator and my denominator set up. The next thing we need to do is determine what our c value is. And the c value can be found by taking the opposite of this number. So when I set this up, my c value will be on the outside. The coefficients of my, this is a minus 4, the coefficients of my numerator are on the inside. I then need to bring down the first number and do the work from here. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. When I add down, 0 and negative 9 is negative 9. Negative 3 times negative 9 is a positive 27. 1 and 27 is a 28. Negative 3 and 28 is a negative 84. Negative 4 and negative 84 is negative 88. And right here in this problem, these numbers are the coefficients of my answer, of my quotient, and this is my remainder. So since we started with a degree of 3, my quotient, and when I divide x plus 3, I'll be left with a degree of 2. So it'll be 3x squared minus 9x plus 28 minus 88 over my divisor of x plus 3. So just to summarize, you need to make sure you can use synthetic division. And since I just had an x and a number in my denominator, I know I can use synthetic division. I then need to make sure that all of the degrees are accounted for in the numerator. I have a degree of 3, and then it went right to 1 to 0. I needed to add a 0x squared to make sure all of my degrees were incorporated. Then I put the coefficients of my numerator on the inside of my division bar, and my c value, which is found by taking the opposite of the number down here, the constant, putting that on the outside. Bring down the coefficients, and you're going to be multiplying and adding for all of these steps. If you have any other questions on this, please email me and let me know.